pilgrims. Today, let's discuss what kind of Driveaway company you should hire onto. I'm going to discuss the pros and cons of each, plus give you a list of companies of each. And when I say of each, I mean the companies that pay you a guaranteed rate and they cover the fuel, or one that just pays you a lump sum and you cover the fuel. There's pros and cons to each, and in this video I'm going to go over them, and then like I said at the end I'm going to try to give you a list of just the ones I know of. It's not going to be a complete list, it's just going to be a list of the companies I know that pay either a set rate and they cover fuel, or ones that give you a lump. And it's like I said, I don't know every Driveaway company out there. So if you happen to know something that's not on the list, leave me a comment below and let me know. So, without further ado, let's get after it. Oh, baby then. Okay. Recently, I did a load and I was paid a guaranteed rate to take it from point A to point B. It was a single axle tractor, day cab, going from Springfield, Ohio to Fort Smith, Arkansas. And that company paid me a fixed rate of 57 cents a mile. Now, I probably should have figured this before I started the video. I got $400 and something. I think it was around $460 for that load. The manufacturer covered the fuel. I had to fuel at Love's. That's the only place I could fuel. I had their card, and they allotted a certain amount of fuel for that load, which is smart. I had to call my dispatcher for additional fuel. They allotted, man, I don't know. It's been about a month since I did that load. I think they allotted around 75 gallons. Or maybe, I think it's something odd, like 72 gallons. So, and when I put the last in, I contacted her and told her we were going to need more fuel. I was still about 125, 130 miles away. Or no, it's further than that. But I said I'm not going to have enough fuel. So she added 25 more gallons to the card, which was more than enough. I think when I stopped the last time got fuel, I was 120, 130 miles away from Fort Smith. So she added fuel, and I put it all in there. It's Love's, man. You get the points. If you get over 50 gallons, you get a shower, and I don't know what all. So that's one reason I like to take those type of loads. But it really doesn't make up the difference, in my opinion, on others. Now, there are other companies I know that pay 50. Hold on, sorry. Anyway, there are other companies that pay. I know one pays 55 cents a mile and they cover fuel. Another pays 60 cents. When I started the Roadrunner, and this has been a while back, I don't know if they still do this, and I don't know if it's went up. But they gave me the option of choosing 60 cents a mile and they pay for fuel, or $1 a mile and I pay for fuel. Now this is a while back. They went up considerably since then due to fuel increase. This is back when you could get a gallon of diesel for less than $4. So I don't know if they still offer that. I had to choose one or other when I signed on. And I said, what the crap, I can do better than 60 cents a mile, I think. So I chose the bulk rate. So, but like I said, there's others that pay. I've heard of one that pays 80 cents a mile and they will cover fuel. I do not know if that's true or not. I hadn't looked into it. So, as another example though, I picked up a utility body truck in Tyler, Texas, and I took it to, man, I should really script my videos because I'm trying to remember where I took that to. Hold on, I'm having a brain fog here. It is still morning. I've only had one cup of coffee. We got Peterbilt. Boy, he's got his rims all clean and shiny. They're not real shiny. They're buffed out. I don't matte finish, I think you call it. I'd rather that than that mirror chrome. So anyway, squirrel. Where did I go? Oh, I took that to Grand Rapids, Michigan. Obviously a lot farther than the one from Springfield to Fort Smith. So let me see if I can get a better example. Okay, recently I took one from Columbia, a truck body. Now this was a used body. The one from Springfield, Fort Smith was a brand new unit. I took one from Columbia, Missouri to Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's probably pretty close to the miles as other. The one from Fort Wayne to, from Columbia, Missouri to Fort Wayne paid me $1.55 a mile. I put right at $200 of fuel in that truck, I believe. I'm trying to think. Gosh, I gotta script these. Yeah, because it had a little bit of fuel in it. Yeah, if the batteries are completely dead, I picked it up at an auction site. Battery's completely dead. Tank was like, light was on. I mean, it was at the top of the red, but the light was on. So I tried to jump it off to the utility body that was next to it. Now that truck, it started right up. It had 3/4 tank of fuel. Why couldn't I got this one? Anyway, my jumper cables were too small of diameter to jump from one to the other. So, but anyway, I filled it up once. Yeah, I put roughly $200 of fuel in there. Let's see, is that right? No, that is not right. No. I put almost $300 worth of fuel. I filled it up first time 50 gallons because that's those utility bodies. Most of them have 50-gallon tanks, which is a pain. Where did I fill up the second time? Okay, that got me to almost where I was going. And then I stopped in the town. I'm sorry. I'll probably edit all this out, or maybe I won't. I know I stopped in the town where I delivered and got three more gallons to get it up off red before I delivered. And that stuff was like $6.40 a gallon in that town by Fort Wayne. I'm thinking that's all I had to put in that truck. So roughly $300. Okay, so I got paid $1.55. Okay, I'm gonna cut here. I'm gonna figure this up and come back. 487 miles roughly, 477, 487 between Columbia and that town outside of Fort Wayne. Got $1.55 a mile, which comes out 700 and some odd dollars. Plus, my dispatcher threw in $100 for a deadhead, which really helped. So I ended up just a little over like 560, I think, someplace in there. Yeah, I just did the math, but it's way too much math for me to remember. So basically, I picked it up. I left out of there around 2 o'clock. made it over Terre Haute, found me a good spot in that rest area, and just, idled the truck all night. Got up next morning, and I was there basically first thing that morning. So I don't know how many hours that was, 6, 7 hours, maybe 8 hours, I don't know, 7 or 8 hours. Anyway, I still made more off that run than I did the one from Springfield to, I don't know. Okay, I'm cutting again. I'm going to see how far the Springfield to Fort Smith run was. That run from Springfield to Fort Smith was 792 miles, for which I got 460 bucks. Or I do a shorter mile with a company that paid me a bulk rate, and I supplied my own fuel. And I run 477, 487, something like that, and made over $100 more in a lot less time. The Springfield to Fort Smith, I picked that one. I was out the gate by 10 in Springfield. I made it down to almost Springfield, Missouri that day. Spent the night in the rest area there. Got up next morning, moseyed on down to Fort Smith. Got there around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So, yeah, I think it's just afternoon. I was closer to 1 because I had to wait for one guy to come back from lunch. So there you have it. Those are similar runs, although the one in Fort Smith was quite a bit farther than I remembered. But I hammered on all day long and a lot of the night to get to Springfield, Missouri, rest area, just to the east of Springfield, Missouri. Oh, and I also got turned around in St. Louis. Yeah, I'll tell you, I did. I missed the 44 sign and kept looking for it. Went about 40 miles out of route before I said, screw it, I'm turning around and go, I will find. And of course, I pull up Google and they're wanting to take me on every side street possible. Truckers paths is wanting to take me down crap. I'm thinking, I just want to get down to 44. And I ended up going back to Interstate 64, I think, there in off 70 in St. Louis going south, taking up 270 and then down to 44. So anyway, that threw me off a little bit too. But that wasn't the reason I needed more fuel. I mean, that truck, I thought, got pretty decent fuel, but I told my dispatcher when I picked it up, if I'm figuring 10 miles a gallon, you're still going to come up short. Sure enough, if they gave me $10 or, figured 10 miles per gallon, they would have gave me enough fuel, but they didn't. So anyway, that is the only run I have taken with a guaranteed rate. To me, it's just borderline not worth it. In fact, there's been several times I deadheaded home rather than deadhead 200 and something miles to pick up something from Springfield, Ohio, taking it back towards my house, because it just wasn't going to be worth it to me. By the time I hooked up, got out of there, got, found the Loves, got fuel, and got on to where I'm going. Now, if I'd been closer, I may have, or if it'd been on my way, I may have. But both times I was in, I think, Indiana or Illinois, and they wanted, they wanted me to backtrack back to Ohio. And I said, nah, not for 57 cents a mile. The only reason I took the one to Fort Smith is because I was there at, 50 miles outside of Springfield, Ohio, and Fort Smith is about an hour away from my house. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have took it. And I understand if you're not good. I'm not great at finding less expensive fuel on like mud flap and stuff like that, but I'm getting better. And some people just don't want to think about stuff. I want to get fuel where I talked to one guy with a company. I was in Denton hooking up, and he wanted to know how much I got. And at the time, I was getting $1.40 a mile. Wow. And we were talking about high fuel prices. My company pays fuel. I don't care what. I don't care if it goes up $10 a gallon. I said, okay. I said, who do you work for? And he told me. I said, wow, what do they pay? 55 cents a mile. Oh gosh, man. I'm netting almost all my loads. I'm netting at least 90 cents a mile. More often than not, over $1 to up to $1.15. Some of these trucks recently have had enough fuel to get them to where they go without me buying anything. So that's $1.55 a mile. No, I don't think I'll take your 55 cents a mile. And he said he's been working for him 6-7 years. Man, wow. That's, well, they pay for hotels, motels. I don't know if all of them do. I don't know. Don't ask me which companies do, because I don't know. Pick up the phone, people, and call these companies. I'm out of coffee. So, yeah. I just, the pros of a company that pays for fuel is obviously you don't have to pay for fuel. You don't have to worry about, now let me take it back. Some of them may have, and I don't know, so don't ask. You have to, there again, pick up the phone and call these people. Their numbers are easy to find. Facebook, Google, best friends. But some of them may require you, like this one, I did, only stop at Love's, which I don't have a problem with that, unless you're in an area of the country where there's no Love's, and that's few and far between. Others may just give you a fuel card and say, wherever. That'd be great. I don't mind that too much, but to me, with a little bit of effort, I can net more than what they're paying. But like I said, I totally get somebody who don't want to think about that, who don't want to try to find the best rates and stuff on mud flap or use their discounts here and there or something like that. I got a Murphy's. I've got almost $2 off a gallon. At Murphy's, I need to get a truck into, because I fill up at Murphy's with my personal car. And my daughter, she uses mine, so I get her points. I don't know why she doesn't use them, but I guess it's easier her punching my phone number than to get an account and punch her phone number. I don't know. How do you young people think about that? I don't get that. But oh well, I'm glad she does. And that's, from what I understand, Murphy's only gives that discount for up to 20 gallons. But still, a $20 savings on 20 gallons. The cons are, like I said, if they choose one type of fueling stock, say Love's or Pilot, whatever, then you have to figure out where those stops are at, and you have to make sure you got enough fuel between there to get there. That's why, now like I said, Midwest and East, there's Love's everywhere. You get out west, they start thinning out. Get up to the northwest, I think they really start thinning out up there. So that could be a problem you run into. To me, if I knew for sure that this one company that they say paid 80 cents a mile, if you could fuel any place you wanted, that'd be a huge thing. I might consider that as one of my companies, but I don't know if they do or not. So the pros of just getting paid in bulk, to me, if you watch your fuel discounts and you watch your foot, keep your foot out of it, and you choose your load right, you can net way more than 60 cents or 70 cents or even 80 cents a mile. There's some jerk on Facebook and I don't move nuts for less than $3 a mile. You're an idiot. No one pays $3 a mile. And then you post a picture of a bus. What? You had a picture of a bus on your computer, so you posted it trying to make people think you get $3 a mile for the driveway. Idiots. World full of idiots like that. So show me the bill later. And not a doctor one either. Not a Photoshop one trying to make your point. So anyway, also with a company that pays you, you know, a lump sum, if you picked up a used unit and it's got enough fuel to make it, or fuel in the tank, now that's a gamble you got to take. Last week, man, I couldn't win for losing. I picked up one unit out of Oklahoma City. I put $200 fuel in it right there outside Oklahoma City. Drove it and got to Joplin, the damn thing broke down. So there was my fuel still in there. My company did give me estimate how much fuel was left out of that 200 and reimbursed me 111 or something, I don't know. Which, you know, that load I operated at a loss on. So they would have reimbursed me. It's working, driver. Apparently that's a long distance radio check.
We can hear him, but apparently you can't hear us.
Yeah, 10 more. That's probably one of them long distance radio checks. Come on.
4, stop by the Russellville tank flush to CB for your food grading kosher washouts and all your reefer washouts. We're located behind the flag today on exit 84.
Well, there's some free advertising for you, reefer and tank washouts. Okay, what was I saying now before I got rudely interrupted? Okay, I gotta turn down. I'll turn down for a while. What the crap was I saying? I'm gonna have to go back and watch the video now and see what I was saying. Squirrel. Come on, get the brain working. What were you just talking about? Something about the pay. Yeah, okay. So I broke down. They would have paid for my motel, but I had to show a motel receipt, and at that point I was only 80 miles from my house. I'm not going to get a motel room 80 miles from my house just to get a motel room. Sleep in my own bed, so I've been out of the home. That load from Columbia to Fort Wayne, like I said, I picked it up. Not only did it have dead batteries in it, it was basically in the red, so I had to put the fuel in it right off the bat. Man, I mean, if it even had a quarter of a tank, you know, 12 and a half gallons, that'd been great. And it's pretty low. In fact, I thought I was going to run out of fuel before I found a place to get some. Luckily, the place I found was a mud flap stop. So that's the disadvantage. To me, more times than not, you at least have a quarter of tank. The one I just took from Milwaukee to Chattanooga had between a quarter and a half tank. You may think, well, that ain't much. This thing had a 150-gallon tank on it. I made it 300 something miles on that fuel. And I put 150 and 80, 100, $230 in that for load of paid $1,100. To me, it's just, if you're looking at, I mean, a lot of people get hung up on this. Well, you're paying them that leverage. I ain't gonna pay them. Well, you just don't know business. Now, and if you're the type that don't want to mess with that, I get that. I do. Go for the guaranteed rate. If you're happy, but man, I just don't know if I could do this all the time for 55 cents or 60 cents a mile. Well, I put up too much crap out here for that. Now, my worst loads that I had, I'm thinking the one I picked up in Kansas City and took to Shreveport. I believe that was one of my worst. It was a crane truck. Big old heavy 57,000 pounds, I think. Crane truck. 10-speed transmission. And I think that thing was getting 4 or 5 miles to a gallon. Of course, being new, on empty. There again, I thought I was going to run out before I got fuel for that thing. And it only paid 700. I think 726 is what it paid. Hold on, I'll tell you right quick what it paid. Okay, cut while I figure this out. There you go. Smoking bear. I'm back. Now that load, it paid $1.40 a mile. That's where I got the increase for that company. And it's going like, I think $5.96. And I got just over $800, like $835 for that run. Well, I spent $560 on fuel. Yeah. The thing was a pig. Ran great. It was just so damn heavy with a 6.7 or maybe an L9. I can't remember. Either way, basically, in my opinion, L9 is just a modified 6.7. Okay, I don't care what you say about the 6.7. Yes, it's a great engine. It's just not meant to be a heavy-duty engine like for that application. But hey, I get it. It's cheaper than a larger engine. So anyway, let's not go chase that squirrel. I came out with roughly 300 bucks on that one. That's terrible for almost 2 full days of driving. Because the worse it got, the slower I got. I went through the hills of southern Missouri, northwest Arkansas, down that way. No, I did not. I did not. No, I did not. I'll take that back. I went a little out of my route. I went down northeast Oklahoma, down 169, down the turnpike, down through East Texas that way. If I went through southern Missouri and northwest Arkansas, I would have had to go through down Highway 71 from Fort Smith to Texarkana. And I don't know if you've ever been that way. You don't want to take a big truck or a big commercial vehicle down that road. Yeah, I know they do it all the time. It is windy, twisty, hilly, mountainous, especially down around Neenah. Just a little south of Neenah, it'd be horrible. I've come up in my personal car that way a few times, and I'm fine with it. So if I want a scenic drive, so there you have it, people. It just comes down to what you're comfortable with, what you're willing to gamble with. Like I said, I know people who've been with these guaranteed rate companies for years. They're happy with 60 cents a mile. They don't have to worry about the fuel cost. But me, I'm not much of a gambler. I learned a long time ago I was not much of a gambler. But to me, it's a given that I will net much more than 60 cents or even 80 cents a mile with this stuff. I thought that was a Smoky Bear, but it wasn't. So you need to sit down and figure out what you're comfortable with. Really, I mean, if you want to look at it, 60 cents a mile is more than a lot of truck drivers are making. I'm just going to throw out a name because I think they get 53 or 55 cents Melton. TMC, I think those currently they're getting from 50 to 55 cents a mile. Yes, they get benefits and stuff like that, but we're just talking about bringing home the money. And you're not hauling freight. You're not having, flatbed. You're not having to try to deliver to all kinds of job sites. Or if you're van drivers, you're not backing in the docks all the time, or reefers delivering at 2 a.m., whatever. But 60 cents a mile, now you gotta remember you're using your own equipment, and if you're flying around or using rental cars, all that comes out of that 60 cents a mile. So the guy I talked to that worked for a 55 cent a mile company, he has no tow car and stuff, which he's coming out better than someone without a tow car. But hey, there's still people who do it. So I've come to the conclusion that some people are just happy with $200 a week. I'll stay home if that's all I can make. I can pick up cans or something, sell firewood or something, make $200 a week. I can do DoorDash. Hell, I can do DoorDash Uber, and I've done it and made a hell of a lot more. I've made $200 a day doing DoorDash. So made my best day on doing all three, DoorDash, Uber, and so the other Grubhub was $287. My average a weekday is about $125. So if that's all I can make out here, put up with all we put up with out here, I'll just go do that. Get you a little rinky-dink car, it's good gas mileage. There's a lot of them out there, just like you would a tow car. Go after that. I may have to do comparison. I hadn't done either of those in about a year. I hadn't done DoorDash or Uber or anything like that for about a year. I may have to go out and do it for a weekend or something, compare it to the Driveaway. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? If you think that's a good idea and you're still listening at this end, leave a comment below. Just comment, yeah, say, yeah, we'd like to see that video. What do you make more at? Driveaway or DoorDash, Uber, and Grubhub? That might be a good idea. If you think that's a good idea, leave a comment below. Okay, there you have it, folks. That's the comparison. I can't tell you which one to go with. You have to. Everyone's different. Like I say, if you're happy with what you make, with 55, 60, 70 cents a mile, whatever your company's going to guarantee they cover the fuel, go for it. Like I said, that's still more than a lot of trucking companies are paying. So anyway, thank you for watching. Catch us on the next one. We're going right away.